what was Elvis and Priscilla Presley's marriage really like. 9 months to the day after they became husband and wife, their daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, was born in Memphis. Elvis was a doting, loving father, Priscilla told Closer, but he didn't change diapers, that wasn't a man's job, and had a hard time watching the baby eat, due to the inevitable drool. He did, however, buy Lisa Marie a fur coat when she was 3 and hand out $5 for lost baby teeth. When he bought his own jet in 1975, he christened it the Lisa Marie. But with Elvis, Priscilla explained to people in 1978, "My life was his life. He had to be happy. We never disturbed him. My problems were secondary." Moreover, she recalled to people last September, "Women gravitated to him, so I would be nervous when he had to go places alone. I would even go with him to get his teeth cleaned. I always had an eye on him, because everyone in the world was after him. While they were married, though, I was always ready to greet him at the door and pamper him." She said, "I loved taking care of Elvis very much. I loved tending to him. I loved feeding him. We would baby talk, because you have to have your own language when you have that many people around. It was a good life. It was different, but it was ours." Why did Elvis and Priscilla divorce? Elvis was a chronic cheater, and eventually, Priscilla told Closer, she stepped out too. "She tried to ignore what was happening for as long as I could," she said, "but I did know that there was some finagling going on." His prescription drug use also became more of a problem, and Priscilla said on Good Morning America recently that seeing a scene in the new Baz Luhrmann-directed biopic Elvis, in which her younger self, played by Olivia DeJonge, tells her husband, an unbelievable Austin Butler, to seek help for his dependency, touched a nerve. It was getting more and more frightening as time went by, Priscilla recalled, where he just was like, rebelling. Elvis also had a temper and wasn't used to anyone telling him no. If he saw somebody he didn't like on the TV, he'd get his gun out and blow it up, Priscilla said. Then he would tell his daddy to go get another TV. Did Elvis and Priscilla Presley have a friendly divorce? They exited the courtroom holding hands after their divorce was finalized in 1973. Priscilla was only 28 years old. The star of Naked Gun later wed Marco Garibaldi in 1984. In 1987, they had a son named Navarone, and they got divorced in 2006. Priscilla brought Lisa Marie to one of Elvis' Las Vegas shows later that year, and as part of a long off-the-cuff monologue that had become part of his act of late, the entertainer paid tribute to his ex. "She's a beautiful chick, I'll tell you for sure, boy," and told the audience they remained the best of friends. "Our divorce came about, not because of another man or another woman," he continued, "but because of the circumstances involving my career. I was traveling too much, gone too much. I didn't think it was fair to her." He joked about their $2 million divorce settlement, after which he gave her a white mink coat, and she gave him, he bragged, "That's the type of relationship we have," he quipped. Priscilla told people in 1978 that she continued to go to Graceland with Lisa Marie like we were never divorced. "Elvis and I still hugged each other, still had love. We would say, 'Mommy said this,' and 'Daddy said that.' That helped Lisa to feel stable. There was never any arguing or bitterness." Looking back decades later, "I truly cherish the great times," she told people last year. "As you grow up, there are always fears and insecurities. But as you get older, you understand it all." Unfortunately, Elvis didn't age much. His health began to decline as a result of being addicted to medications, being surrounded by yes men, and consuming enough fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches to assure that the combination would always be known as the Elvis. On August 16, 1977, at the age of 42, the living legend passed away from a heart attack at Graceland. What happened to Priscilla Presley after Elvis died? Priscilla was heartbroken. "We never thought he'd pass." She reflected to Entertainment Tonight in 2017 ahead of the 40th anniversary of Elvis' death. "We just never, ever had that in our minds." When her father called to inform her that Elvis' long-standing road manager, Joe Esposito, was attempting to contact her that day, she was about to go with her sister on an errand. "The first thing I thought about was Lisa Marie. Because my daughter was visiting and was supposed to come home that day because school started, so I was trying to rush home," Priscilla said. "I think I ran every red light. I felt this urgency. So when I pulled into my driveway, my phone was ringing and I ran in and could hardly get the key in the door, trying to get to the phone. And then it was Joe, and he told me the news. And it was so devastating that I just went to my room and tried to contemplate how this happened and what happened, and just stayed there until they sent a plane for me. They sent a jet to come, and going into that house and hearing all the people, especially his father, who I will, to this day, still remember him crying in such grief, howling, that it still resonates the loss and the impact. Priscilla has applauded Butler's all-out turn as her tirelessly impersonated and yet entirely unique ex-husband in Elvis, writing on Facebook in April after a private preview that it was a true story told brilliantly and creatively that only Baz, in his unique artistic way, could have delivered. Priscilla was present for the movie's premiere at the Cannes Film Festival and joined Lisa Marie and Riley Keough earlier this month for the U.S. premiere at Graceland. She is the only living person who genuinely knows what transpired between her and Elvis behind closed doors. Priscilla said on Good Morning America June 17 that she was pleasantly surprised by Dijonji's portrayal of her, appreciating that the character was sensitive and caring and a little strong with him as well. But admittedly, Priscilla said, "I'm sitting there watching this movie and going, God, I wish he could see this."